Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Code Chasers. I am Madhu Lakshman Atiketi. In this video, we will see what is method overriding in Python. This is one of the most important and frequently asked Python based interview question. Okay, so in our earlier video, we saw what is inheritance like at a basic level. So now I'll just brush up the earlier video concept in just like 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, we have created a parent class and we also have like created a child class, and we inherited the parent class into the child class by this syntax, and we created an object for a child class and try to access the variables that are defined in the parent class and also methods that are defined in the parent class. Okay, so in our earlier video, like we didn't actually define this init method in the child class. We discussed in our earlier video that we'll discuss it in next video. In this video we'll be going to discuss that. Okay, so what will happen if we define init method in the child class? We'll see now. Okay, in earlier video we already discussed that whenever we are trying to create an object for a child class, so the init method of the, if at all there is no init method in the child class, the init method of the parent class, that is this one, line number 2, will be called. Okay, if at all I execute this, see, I am in parent class of init method. See, the init method which is present in the parent class will be called. Okay, so now what will happen if there is an init method in the child class? Okay, we'll see that what will happen if there is like init method in the child class. We'll pass the same parameters like what the init method of parent init method is demanding, that is fname comma lname, and we will do a pass here. So just we will actually write a print statement. Why I am writing this print statement, I'll be telling you. I am in child class init method. Okay, so if at all I execute this, what should happen actually? If at all the init method is not present in child class, the init method of the parent will be called. Now what will happen if the init method is there in child class? If at all I execute this, the init method of child class will be preferred over the init method of the parent class. This is called method overriding. That means the init method of the parent class has been overridden by the init method of the child class. This is one of the best example for overriding, method overriding. Okay, so child class init method will be taken as first priority whenever we try to create an object for child class. Okay, first of all it will search for the init method of the child class. Like, yes, it got init method of the child class and it went into the init method and created the object and everything went fine. Okay, so if at all the init method is not there in the child class, it will search for the init method in the parent class. Okay, this is fine. So now why PyCharm is actually giving a like different color over here? If at all you see the comment that it will be, see, call to init method of super class is missed. Super class in the sense here parent class. So whenever we are inheriting like some class into the other class, we are inheriting parent class into the child class. Python expects us to call the parent init method in the child class. Okay, how can we call that? We have to call it with the class name. Okay, parent is the class name, parent dot init method, that's it. And what are the parameters it is demanding? It is like demanding self parameter, fname and lname, 3 parameters in total. Self is nothing but the instance, right? Instance at that particular time. So now what is the instance here? Instance is nothing but here again self here. Okay, self. Okay, and like we can pass like fname to the parent class init method, this fname and lname. Okay, and that's it. See, if at all I run this, it entered into the child class init method, and the very first statement in the child class init method is like we are calling init method of the parent. So it called init method of the parent and it went into this init method of the parent and executed this print statement. I am in parent class init method. Okay, so after that it executed the other print statement. I am in child class init method. Okay, this is a beautiful example of method overriding. Okay, if at all like we want to see another example of overriding, method overriding, what will I do is like see there is a this method print details method in parent class, right? I'll define a same method. I'll define a method in child class with the same name, print det. Okay, print det, print underscore det det self. Okay, I'll print just a normal print statement. Okay, I am in child class print det method. Okay, so now we will see, like we'll try to call c dot print method. Okay, c dot print method. Okay, so if at all, now we'll see, like first of all, to let you know the concept first, I'll execute the program first. See, I am in the, first of all it went into child init method. Okay, in child init method we are calling parent init method. It went to parent init method. I am in parent class init method. It has printed that. After that we have this print statement. I am in child class init method. It has printed that. After that we have made a call for print detail method, right? Print det method. So if at all this method, if at all we didn't define this method in child class, it would have called the method of the parent class, right? So here we are defining two methods with the same name. One is in parent class, one is in child class, and we are accessing method with the child class instance, right? Child class instance. So if at all this is the situation, the method which is there in the child class will be preferred first. Okay, that's why it has printed I am in child class print method, print det method. So, okay, whenever there are two classes in parent class and the child class and we are accessing with a child instance the method name, it will prefer the method which is present in the child class over the method which is present in the parent class. First preference will be given to the method which is present in the child class. Here we can say that this method which is present in the child class is overriding this particular print det method is overriding the method which is present in the print det of parent class method. Okay, this is one of the most important topic that you have to note. Okay, I hope you found this video useful and you understood the basic concept of method overriding and how method overriding works in Python. If at all you like my work, you please try to subscribe to my channel and share this video to your friends who are preparing for Python. Thank you so much.